your angle of depression coming to this way. Let's say this is the height of the cliff. This is the height, which is what? 300 meters. So we are having our angle of depression this way. Then we can produce this one down too, such that you have a scenario like this. And this place is what? 60 degrees. Find the width of the river. The width of the river will be somewhere from this point to this point. That's the width, the breadth of the river. So which is also equals to what? This very place. So if this place is x, this place too will be x. So this is where we are looking for. So in order to get this place, all we need to do is to use this, which is opposite adjacent. This is our hypotenuse. So we can say tan 60 degrees will definitely be equal to opposite, which is 300 over our adjacent, which is x. So our x automatically becomes cross multiply, or we can write it this way. This times this tan 60 degrees equals to 300, and we are looking for our x. We divide both sides by what? Tan 60, and we have x to be 300 over tan 60 degrees. Tan 60 degrees by using special angle is tan 60 degrees is root 3. Is root 3. So in that situation, I cannot write my x to be equals to 300 over root 3. I cannot leave the answer this way. I will need to rationalize. And by rationalizing, I will multiply by the denominator, the fraction of the denominator, which is this. And this times this, I have 300 root 3. This times this, that is root 3 times 3, that's 9. That will now be 300 root 3 over 3. Then I have 3 here, 1, 300, 100. So I have what? 100 root 3 meters. So that means the width of the river will be no other option rather than what? Option C, which is 100 root 3 meters. Then the next question is, if the hypotenuse of a right angle isosceles triangle is 2 centimeters, what is the area of the triangle? What is the formula for calculating the area of a triangle? Area is half base times height. Now we are told that the triangle is a right angled triangle. So the right angled triangle will be of this form. So by so doing, I have this as my right angled triangle, and the hypotenuse has been given in the question to be 2 centimeters. That means this other two sides, they said it's an isosceles triangle. So that means the two other sides will definitely be equal. So in that situation, the question asks us to look for what is the area of the triangle. Now, if these two other sides are equal, automatically that means the angles will definitely be what? Also equal. This place is 45, and this place will also be what? 45 degrees. And since the question asks us to find the area of the triangle, that means we will definitely need to know the height. So if we know the height, definitely we know the base. So in that situation, how are we going to calculate the height? Remember that sine 45 is opposite. We have opposite over hypotenuse. We can use SOHCAHTOA. So sine 45 degrees will definitely be what? Opposite. Let's call this place x. If this place is x, this place too will be x, because the two sides are equal. So sine 45 degrees will be opposite, which is x over hypotenuse, which is 2. So our x in this regard will be 2 times sine 45 degrees. So x will now be 2 times, what is sine 45 degrees by special angle? It is 1 over root 2. So 2 times 1, 2 over root 2. So our x is 2 over root 2, which by rationalization, I can rationalize this and it will become 2 root 2 over 2. So I can cancel out this. So x equals to root 2. Now, I've gotten my x to be equals to root 2. So if I go back to my area of a triangle, which is half base. So if my x is root 2. That means this place is root 2, this place is also root 2. And the formula is saying half base times height. So I have half. What is the base? The base is root 2. So I'm multiplying half by root 2. I'm also multiplying by the height. What's the height? Another root 2. So automatically, this one will be 1 over 2 times root 2 times root 2. That will definitely be root 4. What is root 4? Root 4 is 2. 1 over 2 times 2. 2 here 1, 2 here 1. So I have 1 times 1 equals to 1. So it definitely be what? 1 centimeter. So that means the area of the triangle will definitely be 1 centimeter. So there will be 1 centimeter square, sorry, because that is the area. So that is definitely going to be option B, 1 centimeter. The question 8 is the next question. A student sitting on a tower 68 meters high observe his principal's car at an angle of depression of 20 degrees. How far is the car from the bottom of the tower to the nearest meter? So in this situation, we've treated so many questions on this concept. So we have the angle of depression has been given. So the tower is 68 meters high. So definitely let's say this is the tower, which is 68 meters high. So we have the angle of depression. The angle of depression, which is 20 degrees. The angle of depression is 20 degrees, which is making this. Let's say the angle of depression is somewhere here, and you have it making it. It's just a sketch, 20 degrees. Now, how far is the car from the, so this is the car, this is the car, and this is the bottom of the tower. So automatically, the question is asking us this distance, let's call the distance x. Meanwhile, this place is what? 20 degrees. The remaining place will definitely be what? 70 degrees, because the sum of the angles between the depression and the vertical is 90 degrees. So automatically this is this. And we know that our angle of what? Depression is equal to what? Angle of elevation. So it's 20 degrees. So this place is 20 degrees. And we're looking for this distance. We can use this formula. I can use this angle by saying opposite adjacent. So we can say tan 20 degrees. And that would definitely give us opposite, which is what? 68 meters over the adjacent x. And after adjacent x is our interest. So we make this x the subject of the formula. And by so doing, we just interchange. Then mathematically, we have x 68 meters over tan 20 degrees. Then we can now figure out what our tan 20 degrees would be by using our calculator. And by so doing, we have 68 divided by tan 20 degrees, and that will give us a 186.8. This one will give us 186.83 meters, which is approximately 186.8 meters. So let's see what is given as our answer here. So automatically it will be based on the answer that we have got of the options. We have it approximately 187 meters, and that will be no other option other than what? Option D. Then the next question says a man 40 meters from the foot of a tower. Let's say this is the man. This is the man. He is 20 meters from, let's say this is the foot of the tower. Tower is something like this. He is the foot. So the man is 40 meters away. Automatically, That means this place will now be what? 40 meters. Observe the angle of elevation of the tower to be what? 30 degrees. That means the angle which it makes with the line of sight connecting the tower is 30 degrees. That's the angle of elevation. Now, determine the height of the tower. This one is very cheap. This is the height of the tower. And the question asks us to determine the height of the tower. So we have got no other option rather than to use what? SOHCAHTOA, because this place is what? Perpendicular to the horizontal. So in that situation, opposite adjacent. So we use tan 30 degrees, which will give us opposite, which is what? H over adjacent, which is 40 meters. And our answer, our options, are they left in special angle? Yes, they are left in special angle. What is tan 30 degrees? Then we know that we cross multiply to get our height now. So our height will definitely be 40 meters times tan 30 degrees. And by special angle, tan 30 degrees is 1 over root 2 and 1 over root 3. Rather, so we have 1 over root 3. That means our height will definitely be 40 meters times 1 over what? Root 3. So by the time we multiply this, we have 1 times 40 meters is still 40 meters over root 3. So what do we do? Do we leave our answer this way? No, we need to rationalize. And by rationalizing, we multiply the original fraction by the fraction of the denominator. And since the denominator is root 3, so we have something of this kind. Then this times this, we have 40 root 3 meters over root 9. What is root 9? Root 9 is 3. So we have 40 over root 3 over 3 meters. So this will definitely be our answer. That's 40 root 3 over 3. So let's see our option and see the one that matches that. And that would be no